Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just 1 second. All right, we got that. We got that. We got that. We got this here. Can turn that off. All right, here we go. We got that. We got that. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. What is it today? Tuesday. Week is the weeks are just running away from me. Good morning, everybody. I want to make sure everybody got the link. You could see Clyde. He was sleeping. He's caught him sleeping on the job again. What are you going to do? Good help is hard to find, right? Good morning, everybody. Let's say hello to everybody. We got C. Fazio. We got Kevin. We got Devin, Ivano, Jeff, Mark. Anukumar is here. Good morning, Anukumar. We got Yuri. We got Geno. And if I'm mispronouncing somebody's name, it's like really the last thing I want to do. Robert, John, Ray. We got Piet DeBra. Good morning. Dragon Dawn is here. Dave, Charlie, Clyde, Sandra. Good morning. Bill. Good morning. Jill, Greg, Penny, Dr. Luke, Adrian. Good morning. Lloyd, Murray's here. Yeah, all right. It's Junior. All right. Every time I think Junior, I think about your son. But anyways, I get it now. The third versus Junior. Warren, Sherman, Eduardo, Omar. Good morning. Thank you for the email. Congratulations, Omar had a very good day yesterday. I'll post it in the in the Telegram channel in a little bit. Wade. Good morning. Stephen, Robert, the sassy trainer. Tanya's here. Good morning. Stan, Bernie, Gregory. Maria is here. David is here. Javad is here. Wesley's here. From brisk Las Vegas. Yeah, it's getting chilly over there. Texas Kirk is here. Next Gen. Hefe is here. Gregory, Brendan, George, Ivano, Illinois grain farmer. Deanna, Kurt, Don, Tim, Michael. We got Clay. We got Art, George. William is here. Good morning, William. Bob, Walter, Top Cat. Oh my, from South Korea. Ooh, greetings. Wow, far away. Welcome, 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 Top Cat. I like getting international visitors here. Okay, it just skipped on me. Let me go back here. We got, I hate when it skips on me, but it is what it is. Let me just go back. We got Kay, we got Hopium Addict, Brian. Good morning, Brian. We got Stefan, we got Richard, Dave, Minnesota Matt, Steve, F Rex, SJL. Good morning, Jill. Good morning. Yep, I'm running him ragged. That Clyde, he's got to earn his keep around here. Tom, Jason, Henry, Jimmy, Cheese Grade Trader, Stacy, Brass, Paul, Linda. Good morning, Colette, Krish, Jeff. Those pics are hilarious. I try to calm you guys down a little bit. Everybody's stressed out about the market. I figured cat pics, calm people down a little bit. Lawrence, Roddy, good morning. Tim, Mary, Nathan, Mark, Russ, James, Terrence, good morning. Good morning. Mr. Hawkeye, good morning. Pat, Bob, good morning and welcome back, Bob. And I hope Dad is doing better. Raj, Harold, Sergey, Bull Rider, Mr. Goose. Goose is here. Hey, Gustavo, good to see you. Frank, Bob, Murray, Mr. Costa Blanca, Whitco. We got A.G. Koopa, John, we got John, Johnny, we got Peter, we got Diamond, we got Robert, Cam, we got Bobby. Good morning, Cam. We got Dave, Rihanna, Nestor, Marilyn, Acme football kicker, Ralph, Jesse, Mike, Marlon. Good morning, Marlon. RBX, Arnulfo's here. We got He does. He does get by because of his good looks and stellar. You're right, Murray. It's true. Good morning. Good morning, Don. Jacques, Mr. Jacques Cousteau is here. Little Karuna is here. Hello, hello, little Karuna. We got CJ74. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and good morning. All right. If you're just coming in here, good morning, Michael, Chamens, Genevieve. We got all the usual suspects here. Folks, if you're just coming in here, please, 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 happy Tuesday to you too, Chamens. Please make sure you're watching at 1080p, okay? Right here. Make sure you're watching at 1080p. And if you don't mind, if this is helpful to you, don't I'm not forcing you into anything. But if it's helpful to you, give us a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. If it's not helpful to you, give us a thumbs down. But it's and also so you can hit a bell. I don't have it here because I'm logged into our channel, but there's a bell here. You can subscribe to our channel, and it'll notify you the minute I go live. And I go live twice a day, once at 8 o'clock Eastern and once at noon Eastern. Hey, Captain Beef, good to see you here. Genevieve, Kirk, James, good to see everybody. All right, let's begin. We've got a lot to talk about today. We really do have a lot to talk about today. So the market is cooling off. Its Nasdaq is down about 200 points. The Dow's down 400 points. This is definitely not random. Looking back, I was thinking out loud in the pit yesterday about putting in a strangle or a straddle. Here, you could see my thoughts right here. Here, right here. I've been looking for something that's going beyond random, blah, blah, blah. Here, I would recommend a spy straddle strangle, but I think the cost was too much. I wanted to do a straddle, but the cost was too much. I would have wanted it at $2, but it was at $3.95, so I said no. I should have done it. It would have paid for itself. But, hindsight is 50 is 2020. Anyways, we'll talk about that later today. So the markets are down beyond random. The question is, do they have follow through, and is there momentum? And that's what we're going to find out right now. Right? Lauren said, "Hi, Captain. Good evening from a frisky Kazakhstan." I like that. I like that. You guys are great. Good. I love the sense of humor. Most importantly, folks, don't panic. Please don't panic. Markets love to get you to panic. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. We are having Fed speakers today, and we are having some delayed Fed data coming out today. I don't know exactly what Fed data is coming out today, but I know that we got some factory orders. I don't think it's delayed anymore. I think we are having factory orders, and we have a bunch of Fed speakers. We'll talk about that in a minute. The bond market, folks, the bond market is holding on. I explained to you in the last several days that the bond market is what gives the stock market its mojo. And so far, my concern is that we're going to trade below this neckline. See, this is a head and that's a shoulder. That's a shoulder, that's a shoulder, that's a head. You can say it's a double head, but I don't really get into all those micro details. These are not subjective patterns. They're not objective patterns. They're pretty subjective. So, but we do have a neckline here. And if we break this neckline, we're going to go down. I don't think we're going to break this neckline just yet, simply because there isn't enough Fed data. There just simply isn't enough Fed data to get a good run as of yet. Everything is on the table, but I don't think we're ready there. So I think we're going to stay in this area. And I brought this up to your attention because I highlighted this several days ago when we were up here. And I said, I believe once we get to this level, we're going to stay here for quite some time. So I think there's quite a lot more to go. If this stays stabilized, meaning if this stays within this area here, I believe the momentum in the stock market to the downside will be limited. I'm going to repeat that again because I know this is what you guys want to hear, and that's why you guys are coming here today. So I think while this is holding steady, the SPY is not going to drop too much because the SPY gets its mojo from this. Okay. And if anything, we're seeing data, we're seeing global markets like US dollar, gold, crude oil pause out, not go down. As you can see right here. Remember, I drew this here. I drew this for you and I told you I think we're going to just stay grounded within this area. And it looks like so far it's holding on pretty well. It looks like price action is just getting tighter and tighter and tighter within this area. And I anticipate till we start getting the Fed data and till the US government really opens up. When I mean opens up, I mean no more delayed data. What I mean is catches up to where we are. In other words, all the data is known, everything is open. I think we're kind of waiting for that. So you see this black line right here and this black line coming down? That's a triangle. Let me delete this line here. You don't need that right now. So here, I'll delete this too. You don't really need that either. So you've got this triangle right now, this descending triangle. Let's see if it continues building. This should also minimize volatility in the U.S. stock market. You can see it right here in the bond market. The gold market's getting a little choppy. Usually it projects itself into the stock market. Gold is just choppy. Gold isn't doing anything either. It's very similar to, you could see the bond market, the US dollar, and the gold market. They're getting very, very quiet. I wouldn't be throwing gold out with the bathwater just yet. I think this can sustain itself, but I am concerned about the 50-day moving average right here. If we break the 50-day, there's really nothing holding us till the 100. Although right now, with so much global uncertainty, I would be kind of dumbfounded to see gold being seeing sold off. If anything, I think we would see money coming into the gold market. Um, I think we would see money coming into the gold market, not out of the gold market, at least for the time being. I'm just not seeing that much selling pressure at this point. So for the time being, I think gold is going to remain relatively choppy. I think US dollar is going to continue consolidating unless there's a major surprise. And bond market, I honestly, it's not because I think the bond market can't go anywhere. I think we need to catch up with the Fed data. Good morning, Catherine. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Becky, Manuel, Kai, Richard, Kevin, Mike, Steve, Rock. Good morning, everybody. High Grounder. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Almost forgot. VIP room today at noon. Today's going to be a very special day in the VIP room. Let me tell you why. I'm opening up the pit. I'm opening up the pit for 1 hour. I'm going to tell you what is the Roger Scott pit, why I created the pit, the type of trades we do in the pit. I'm going to show you the performance from the pit, questions about the pit, the type of trades we do in the pit, and maybe we'll look at for some live trades together and take a bonus pit trade on the house together. Folks, you don't want to miss it. My pit has a win rate of somewhere in the 94 percentile, and that's on the actual trades. The bonus trades are somewhere in that ballpark. You don't want to miss this session. You really don't want to miss this session. And it'll give you opportunity to possibly make a little money. And I'll be looking for some pit trades live. Here is Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. Here's the link for them. They are from 10 to 1 p.m. And if you have any questions about any of my programs, I would say they are the first line of response. They get a lot of my questions and they'll be answered. Also, just FYI, I updated the Pro Trader dashboard with an ATR window for Thinkorswim, and Omar was kind enough to create one for TradingView because he uses TradingView. He's in France. He's in Europe, so he doesn't have Thinkorswim. But it didn't stop him from making $500,000 using the Pro Trader dashboard yesterday. I'll show that later. But doing great, Omar. Doing great. Very proud of you. Very, very proud of you. And the most important part here is that Omar made it for TradingView, and I gave Matt the code. He should be putting it in the members area. If you don't see it by the end of today, let me know. Okay? Good, good. Angie made 83% on that SPY put yesterday. That's great. Great. So happy to hear that, Angie. So happy to hear that. Let me just post that here. And I hope you're doing well. I haven't heard from you in a while, Angie. I guess you've been working a lot. All right. All right. So let's keep an eye on the U.S. on the bond market. The key level you want to pay attention to, and this is TLT, is 80, 88, 90, and 90. 88, basically 89 and 90. We're in this range. Keep an eye on it. Okay. Keep an eye on it. All right. All right. Let's continue. Crude oil, as I mentioned, just choppiness. And I don't expect anything from crude oil till we get some more clarity on the economy. But the fact that it's at 60 is not a bad thing. I like to see it lower. The problem is I don't want it going lower because there's a slowdown in the economy. Okay. Thanks, Bob. Thanks. We'll hit that up again in a second. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is coming down. It's fairly bearish here. It looks like it wants to turn around, but I'm not buying. I'm not buying that. I would wait for a pullback and wait for more downside. My concern is that Bitcoin is leading the market right now, which is leading technology, which is not a good sign. China is at the 50-day moving average. It's not a catalyst for today, but it's getting close to being a catalyst for today. It's literally at the 100-day moving average. That doesn't bode well for U.S. ADRs. ADRs are stocks that we trade here based on they trade in other countries, but we trade them here during the night session, which is why you're seeing these gaps. You see all these gaps? You're just trading the night session. Gotcha, Angie. I got you. I got you. Yeah, that's right, Yaakov. That's right. Here, since you guys are already, since I already mentioned Omar, let me show you. Let me show you some good stuff here. Let me show you what's possible if you put your mind to it. Oops. Where are you, Omar? There's Omar. $256,000 yesterday. The Pro Trader dashboard is a fantastic. This is what he uses, the Pro Trader dashboard. So great job. Great job, Omar. Great job. Great job, Omar. Great job. Terrific job. All right. A little inspiration for you guys, for all of you folks who are trying to succeed in trading. Yes, the Pro Trader dashboard is that good. All right. So the China is at the 100-day moving average. Not so good. Not so good. Okay. All right. We got a lot to talk about as far as stocks are concerned. Does anybody want to give me catalysts? You don't have to itemize the stocks. You could just use the sector, and that's more than enough. Does anybody want to give me does anybody want to give me the catalyst before we get into things today? And please don't say Nvidia. Please don't say Nvidia. All right, Steve is coming in hot. Fed data speakers, yes, definitely. Mags, yes, I got that. Let's see. Chips. Yeah, I think chips are. Yeah, I think I have chips too. Hold on, let me see if I have chips. No, I don't have chips. I don't have chips. Where did you get chips from? So Fed, I got consumer discretionary. I got healthcare. I got Japan and Europe. I got everything you've got, Steve, but I don't have chips. Where did you get chips from? What's going on with chips? Folks, Brian, yes, it's a consumer discretionary. Just say consumer discretionary because it's not just Home Depot. There's another consumer discretionary stock. You've got two consumer discretionaries today. DEC and Home Depot. Double whammy. Let's see. Did I miss something? Let's see. Maybe I missed something. Hold on. Sometimes I miss it. I do, because I remember I go here at 7:30. You guys go here at 8:30 with me. Let's see. Chip stocks. Yep. If they're down at oh, yep, he's right. He's right. Let me put it up here. Thank you. You see, look at mine. See, look at the one I just pulled up, right? Chip stocks are moving down, right? Okay, now look at mine. See, it starts with Amazon. Look at the one you're looking at right now. You understand? See how mine starts with Amazon and yours starts with chips. See, this is what happens. That's why I ask you guys for help because I come here too early. So thank you for that. He's right. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say it that Steve has it 100% correct. Let's see. Max Chips, Infotech. Yeah, Infotech is fine. Consumer discretionary, healthcare, Japan, and Europe. Okay. We got Matt, Fed speakers, tech, pharma. Yeah, pharma, tech, pharma. Good. I'm glad to hear that, Matt. AMD and Intel. Yes, 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 yes. Chips. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. You guys got it right. All right. All right. Fair enough. This is why I ask you guys to help. If you guys think that I know everything, you're sadly mistaken. I am just like you guys. I make mistakes. I'm fallible, just like everybody else. Investor, the only one who's is always right and never makes mistakes is Clyde. Okay. All right. And I can't compete with that. Yeah, Home Depot's consumer discretionary. We'll go through all that right now. Investors continue to unload risky assets while in waiting for Nvidia's earnings. I'm glad nobody mentioned Nvidia today. Thank you for not driving me crazy. Dell plunged over 8%. Chip stocks were down yesterday. This is just down. This is yesterday. Google went up yesterday. I actually bought a little Google in weekly cash flow. Construction spending rose. Construction spending rose, folks. Okay. Rose, which I think was really manufacturing index rose to a 1 year high. That's right. That's right, Dr. Luke. Just follow Clyde. Clyde is always right. Construction spending. And so Fed data was good. Fed data was good. Fed chairman said on Monday that risk to the labor market appears tilted to the downside. You think? No. While reiterating that policymakers should move cautiously as interest rate approach neutral. Governor Wallace reiterated his view that the central bank should lower rates in December, pivoting to a weak labor market. This guy's talking about labor market. But then if they lower rates for the labor market, we're going to have more It's a balancing act right now. It's a balancing act right now. That's right, John. That's right, RBX. That's right, Dr. Luke. You guys got it right. I love the humor. All right. Jobless claims came in at 232,000. Remember low 200,000s? That's a good number. That's not a big number. That's for October 18th. Prior data for the prior 3 weeks were not available. That's not a bad number. I'm just letting you know that's not a bad number. That's a good number. This Fed data is good Fed data. So far, everything that's coming out, it's very little, but it's not bad. Okay. We now have a 53% probability of no rate change. More importantly, this is something I haven't really talked about because I try not to get political, but I think this is one of the few times in history that the Fed is conflicted. They're usually on the same page. This is the first time I've seen them conflicted on what to do in quite some time. I think everybody would agree, right? Some things a lot believe we should lower, a lot believe we shouldn't. That's not something that happens. They usually are on the same page. So the fact that the Fed is out of whack adds stress to the market. Okay, just FYI. Just check something here real quick. Sorry, I'm waiting for an important message. Okay, sorry about that. They are, but they want the Fed in line is Hassett, the guy I used to be partners with, and another guy. Those are the only two guys that are in line. Factory orders are going to be released in a few hours today. That's the later factory orders. The report was originally scheduled for October 2nd, so we're going back quite a while. We're going back. We're still trying to catch up. Okay, economists expect this figure to rise. But so far, the Fed data has been coming out really good. We're going to be hearing from Barr and Barkin today. Okay. Home Depot. already came out with earnings. They did not do well at least based on the price of the stock right now. And based on the overall market, we're down beyond random. And I'll look at overnight markets in just a bit. Let me delete that. Put that here. You can see how many windows I've got open. A lot of stuff going on here. Investors' attention is going to turn towards NVIDIA and delayed September's job reports. Both are coming out this week. The September jobs report is really what I want to see. And obviously, I'm not as concerned about NVIDIA earnings. I want to see the reaction to NVIDIA earnings, okay? Not NVIDIA earnings, investors. Kevin says, is the other one? Yeah, Kevin Walsh. It's two Kevins. Two Kevs. Cheryl said, I have a question. Won't all spending be up with higher inflation, even though we don't have any inflation? We don't have any inflation. Spending will be up. They are not looking at apples to apples. No, they're not, Cheryl. They're not. But we do have inflation. But yes, 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 yes. That's why they don't just look at spending. They look at demand. They look at demand and spending, Cheryl. They look at both. Okay. That's why we have to have two or three reports kind of give us the full picture. By the way, folks, if you're just coming in here right now, by the way, my dogs are barking so loud I can't hear anything except them. But I'm so glad you guys can't hear them. If you're just coming in here right now, we're about to talk about stocks, and I'm about to show a lot of charts. So please go ahead and switch yourself or make sure you're watching a 1080p. I want to make sure you're watching a 1080p so you don't miss anything. And if you don't mind, give us a thumbs up. There, I gave myself a thumbs up. It helps. I haven't seen any proof, but allegedly it helps Google rankings. Also, oh, God bless my dogs. They're too loud. Here's the link for the VIP room today, where I will be talking about the pit and introducing you guys to the pit. And once you go pit, you don't go back. You really don't. I spoil people in the pit. And here is customer service live. That's where I hang out all day long, in the pit. I'm not saying we don't have inflation. The people, and yeah, no. I understand what you're saying. I totally understand what you're saying. And then you're bringing up a very good point, which is why we need to see two or three reports to make heads or tails out of it. But you're absolutely correct. Yes. NVIDIA expects zero revenue from chip sales to China. We'll see. I know. You guys don't hear them, and that's like the only thing I hear. And so I guess the mic is working very well because I can't hear myself speak when they do that. And they do that typically twice during my broadcast, on average. Just drives me crazy, and then it gives me a headache. All right, bond is down. Bond is down. Bonds are if yield is down, that means bonds are up, which is what we want to see. That's positive. Right here, bonds are up. And we're still well within this range. We haven't broken out yet, just bringing that to your attention. That's also positive. Europe is a catalyst. Europe is down over 1%. They're following USA. It finds us in USA hitting its lowest level in a month. Investors continue to shift away from risk on worries over stretched tech valuation and uncertainty about Fed's next step. This is as a reaction to last night. This isn't forward-looking. This is a reaction. China closed lower, marking a third straight session of lows. I showed you this. They're right at the 100-day. They're getting a little too extended right here. And remember, we're watching this is their night session. We get their night session, okay? I mean, I'm sure most of you understand that. Sentiment also weighted by ongoing tension between China and Japan. That's new, and I don't like that. Japan closed sharply lower, posting its biggest one-day drop since April. That's not good. Tech and AI-related stocks tumbled, mirroring the slump in U.S. Again, they're mirroring U.S. You waste time telling us we just notice you talking faster when they bark. I gotcha. Yeah, I guess I just shouldn't mention it anyway. I find it hard to believe you guys can't. I find it hard to believe you guys can't hear them because it's so loud. It's like the only thing I hear, you know? But anyways, I'm glad you guys can't hear them. We already talked about catalysts. Mags are down over 1%. Chips are down today. Home Depot and Decker, one slip, one went up. This is also in the S&P 500. They make Hoka shoes, very comfortable shoes that do not last. Consumer discretionary, and so is one little tip I want to give you is I know that I know that we label Home Depot as a consumer discretionary, but there's a lot of there's a lot of staples, consumer staples at Home Depot as well. So don't just assume it will impact consumer discretionary. It can impact consumer staples as well. And one of the things I'm going to do today in the VIP room is I'm going to go through the major sectors with you because we haven't done that in a while. The fun starts at noon today. Here's the link for the VIP room, and I'll give you a link for Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. Here's that. All right, here's that. Okay, so we know the big picture. What about volatility? Volatility is above our threshold. We are now getting into panic mode. Anything above 22, 20, anything over 20 is fear. Anything over mid 20s or low 20s like this, 23, 24, is panic mode. That's panic. That's irrational behavior, okay? Too much panic. That doesn't usually last very long. As you could see right here, these events don't last very long. I'll have some statistical data on how long they last, but these events are usually when people start going crazy and not paying any attention to reality, okay? So we're right now in one of those moments, which is why I'm telling you guys, please relax. Please don't panic. Panicking is the worst thing you can do right now. Please don't panic. Relax and stop panicking, okay? Put the call ratio. All right. Put the call ratio is telling us that put buyers are getting a little bit ahead of themselves. Okay. Yeah. Hurricane season. I'm going to talk a little bit about this and I'm going to post this for you guys. Maybe it'll calm you guys down a little bit. All right. Here. You should be saying to yourself, I'm kind of happy that I came here because I did not know this before coming here today. Put buyers are getting a little too excited for their own good. Usually means turn around coming soon when we get above one to the upside. Okay. So what does this mean? What does this mean? It means that put buyers are getting a little too happy. Put buyers are getting a little too ahead of themselves. That means there's too much fear in the market. Well, Roger, what does that mean? I mean, are we going to be coming back down? Does that mean that this nastiness is over? Not so fast. There's two levels of fear. There's two levels of fear. There's crazy fear, like this right here, and there's reasonable fear. This is when you get irrational fear. This is when people start jumping out of the balconies, thinking that this is when you start seeing reports on TV that the market's going to crash, that we're never going to go up again, that the world's coming to an end. That's what happens here. We're not there yet. We're getting there. This is normal put to call ratio. This is normal balance between buyers and sellers. Right now, right now, here, let me go. See these levels right here, these crazy spikes? When they get too high for their own good, that's when put to call ratio goes crazy. We haven't been at this level since April. Here, let me draw this for you as well. Hold on. So I'm going to show you something. I'm going to spend a little time with you here. I'm sure Kathy Woods and Kramer are talking about this as we speak. I'm joking around. So this is normal rhythm. This is craziness levels, okay? So I'm going to pose this for you. Okay. Look what I just wrote for you guys. This is fear. This is pure panic. This is like, okay, we're getting a little bit ahead of themselves. But when we break this level, this is just margin calls, people selling. And you could see these periods last just a few days. So I'm just letting you know that we are right now reaching a normal level of fear. A market being stretched out like this. But again, we may have a period like this coming our way. What I want you to know is if we have a period like this coming our way, they're very brief. They don't last very long. We're not coming from here. We're already here. If we were here, I would be concerned. We're already here. Okay. So I'm just letting you know there's two levels of panic and fear. Okay. There's this one and this one. This is when we start getting like, we're getting a little too bottomy here. And this is when people are just going crazy. Okay. We haven't reached the craziness yet, but we've reached the sensible level of fear. Okay. I'm just letting you know there's two primary levels here. Okay. All right. Okay. Market internals. Take a deep breath and chill. Okay. Market internals. 50 in the short term, we're pretty overextended. We're pretty overextended. We're not overbought. We're not oversold yet, but we're starting to get overextended. My biggest concern right now is if you look at Russell 1000, Russell 2000, Russell 3000, large caps, everything combined, just here. Large caps, small caps, everything combined. 3,000 major stocks. Look at where the 200-day moving average is. We have officially dipped into a bear market. Officially dipped into a bear market. If this was at 80% and we were going down, I would be nervous. But we're already a lot of the downside is what I'm trying to tell you is a lot of the fear and the downside that you guys are fearing has already happened. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You understand? NASDAQ 100, only 50% are trading, 52, 53%. We're getting to that bottom level. We're getting to that oversold level right now. This is a pretty low level. All right. Matter of fact, let me show you something. Here, you could see right here. Sorry, I'm a little slow today. I'm not slow. This thing is a little slow. I'm always slow. Just blame Clyde. Okay. Okay, here's what I wanted to show you. Okay. So this is 10 years, okay? This is 10 years, okay? Do you see where we're at? We're not here. We're already down here. So if we do come down, we're going to dip down and start coming back up pretty soon. We're already there. What a lot of people think is going to happen is already happened, what I'm trying to say. We're not coming down from here. We're already close to here. This is 10 years of data. This is the largest 1,000 stocks. See where we're at? So even if we fall, there's not that much to go. And the difference between here and here is that crazy fear. Okay? It's that crazy fear that I was showing you right here. Okay? My point is we're already kind of down there. We're already kind of coming down. Okay? What were those levels a month ago? Right here. Right here. Well, let's see. Here. September, we were right here. We were like at 50%. We're now at 31%. We were like right here a month ago. But we're already down here, you see? Jeremiah, and you can always move this to month. You can always go to weekly, and you could see it right here, buddy. So here's August 18th. Here's September 29th. Here's October 20th. Jeremiah, I hope this helps. What's today's date? So this is a month ago. We were at 50, we were at 48% a month ago, Jeremiah. And now we're at 31%. But let me show you 10 years so you could see long term. See, we don't go, we've been below this area one, two, three, four, and this is COVID right here. We like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven times. You see what my point? So we've been coming down. So what I'm trying to say is I don't want you guys to think the market's all of a sudden going to crash. The market's all of a sudden going to crash. The market's been coming down for several months now. Momentum levels have been coming down for several months. So don't expect anything crazy to happen now. If anything happens now, that'll be like the final blow. Here's what I'm trying to say. We're in the eighth round. We're not in the first round. We're in the eighth round. Does that make sense? We're in the eighth round. Okay. Okay. This is favoring. Okay. So when it go, put the call ratio works opposite of the stock market. When it goes up, that means stocks are done going down. When it's going down, stocks are done going up. You understand? This is inverse. Use this as inverse of the stock market. So if this goes up and it can't go up anymore, that means market can't go down anymore. If this goes down and can't go up anymore, market can't go up anymore. You understand? Just this is inverse of the stock market. Inverse. Okay? All right? And I wanted to show you the Russell because it's the biggest representation. It's the biggest representation of the stocks that we're in. You could use, my point is the fight isn't just starting right now. We've been in this fight now for several months. Look at S&P 500, 37th percentile. So we're not just starting this. We're not just starting this. We've been in it for a while. This is almost the conclusion, not the beginning of it, okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Look at small caps here, look. Again, I'm just trying to explain to you guys that we've been in this mess for a while. Here, look at this. And I want to make sure that you guys don't misquote me or misinterpret what I'm saying. But look at the small caps. This is 10 years. Do you see where we're at? We're not up here. If we were up here right now, then I would be like, we're already down here. We're almost at the conclusion of the story, you see? And this usually happens very fast. This is panic right here. This is panic. So if we bottom out right now, then this would be a typical downside like we have here many, many times. But if we go down here, that's just pure panic. Yes, I've been talking about caution for a while now. We're getting close to bottoming out is what I'm saying, guys. Okay? So what I'm saying is we're not up here where we're going to crash and we're already almost there. It's like, okay, imagine this. You're on an elevator, okay? And you're on the 20th story and you're on an elevator and the elevator starts working a little, making some sounds. But the elevator starts making sounds as it's going down. And you're freaked out because you're on the 20th floor and you're thinking this elevator is about to fall. And the elevator keeps going down and making that noise. And it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. But the elevator's closed, so you can't see where you're at. And just when you're in the elevator, it's a closed elevator. And you think you're on the 20th floor. But the elevator's making it gets worse and worse as the elevator makes that sound. But when the door finally opens and when you think you're about to fall, you're like 6 feet from the ground. That's what I'm trying to explain. Thank you, Omar. That's the guy that made $500,000 yesterday, by the way. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? So imagine you're in a closed elevator. The elevator you think you're on the 20th floor. You feel like you're about to fall. And finally, when the elevator feels like it's got nothing else to give, you open the door and you're like 6 feet from the ground. Okay. And then if the elevator falls, okay, so I'm going to fall 6 feet. Whoop-ah. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We're getting to that level. Anything below here is just irrational fear, like like a V bound, like a capitulation. This is a capitulation. But as far as value, we're already near lower levels. The market's already been discounted. The price has already been for months. Look. And don't take my word for it. Look at it yourself. Look at the dates. Like Jeremiah asked me about the dates. So this is the 29th of September. We're at 55%. We went all the way here. We went all the way down here at 10.6, and then we bounced back, and now we're back here. But we're getting near the bottom. You see, this is the 20th floor. This is the first floor. This is the basement, okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you, okay? And that's not based on my opinion. That's based on my analysis right now is based on 15 years worth of data. This is 15 years worth of data. Look, this is not some kind of a cockamamie theory that I have. Just look at it yourself. See, we're here. We're already down. The elevator's almost down. So people are panicking, but yeah, we're almost at the ground floor. And by the way, earnings were twice as good as they were supposed to be. Okay. So let's talk levels. Let's talk levels. I know you guys are in a hurry and you need to get out of here, and I need to get out of here. So first things first. Let me show you guys something. 20-day highs, only 66 stocks. Look at 20-day lows. What happens when this number gets close to 500? You know what happens when this number gets close to 500. This is the 20-day breakdown level. What happens when this gets close? Look at where it was just a few days ago. It was at 210 yesterday. It's now at 465. That's a lot of momentum to the downside. Look at where it went from 80 to 230 to 210 all the way to 465. What happens when this gets close to 100 to 500? It doesn't usually sustain itself. Remember the upside, every time we went up to 380, 400, it would come back. That's overextended to the downside. What about stocks making 90-day lows? Almost 400. Look at the number. 173, 168, 76. From 76 to 385. It's too much. Too much. Too much. Yeah, right, Preb nuts, right. So we're getting a little bottom heavy here. We're getting a little too much too fast. Okay? A little too much too fast. That's based on market internals, that's based on VIX, that's based on these levels that I've shown you. That's not based on one thing. Let's talk about technicals. All right. Mag 7. This is a key level here. We haven't broken this level yet. Here, let me just expand this. I drew this for you right here. I'm just expanding it, okay? Here, go back here. Is this helpful to you guys? Is this calming you down a little bit? Is this a little helpful to you guys? See how we're at this level right here and we haven't broke this level yet? And I told you there's a lot of stuff here, which is why I drew it. Let's see if we can break this level. The key is 63.50. Let's see if we stay above 63.50 on mags today, okay? SMH. SMH, we're right at the 50-day moving average. That's a pretty strong support level there. That's a pretty strong support level there. Let's see if this level holds. And we're still above the low from 2 days ago. Let's see if this level holds. Okay. All right. Now, folks, I'm not saying the market can't go lower anymore. What I'm saying is I think we're getting pretty close to the bottom. Do you understand what I'm saying? Unless like crazy fear comes in, irrational fear comes in. Price is getting close to fair value is what I'm saying. 50, and by the way, we are already at the 50-day moving average on the SPY. So that is fair value. Okay, SPY. Let's look at SPY. Then I'll look at intraday levels for you. Since elevator is almost there, it's hard to call a bottom or top. It's wise to go long. No, it's not wise to go long right now. It's wise to sit on the sidelines and take very small positions, which is exactly what I've been telling you guys for the last few months. Not to get aggressive. Okay, the SPY broke the low here. We're moving away from this area. The next level is the 100-day moving average. What I'm hoping for is that today, after the open, we start coming right back to the 50-day moving average, and that's the bottom. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see. QQQ. Same thing. We haven't broke this level yet. We haven't broke out of this area yet. Let's see if we break this level. The next is the 100-day. Okay. We haven't had a reaction to NVIDIA earnings yet. We don't know what's going to happen. Don't assume you know what's going to happen. You can't predict the future. Don't try. See how we're bottoming out here? Let's see if this is a bottom and if we can come back up. Let's see if that happens. Technically, I don't like this trend because this is a descending triangle. Oh, I hate when it does that. That's a descending triangle. But again, we're getting close to the bottom, I feel. We're getting close to the bottom. RSP, let's look at RSP. I don't know. I'll talk about that in a minute. And here we are. I wanted this to be the pivot right here. If this is not the pivot, if this continues making lower lows and sustains itself, we're going to have a problem. So far, it's just telling me we're holding on here. Let's see where we open. Remember, this is all overnight. Let's see where we open, and I want to see if this is a pivot because this is a descending channel right here. And I don't like the fact that this is a lower high than this. That's a head and shoulder type of pattern here. So let's see if this is a fake out or if this is meaningful because the next level here is the 200. And by the way, after we get to the 200, that's considered pretty much the bottom. So I don't think there's that much more to go. Okay. We don't go below the 200 too much on RSP very often. Okay. Okay. Intraday levels for you. I'm hoping that this is helpful to you. And again, I'm not trying to tell you what the market's going to do, but I'm explaining to you where we are position wise. Position wise. Sorry about that. I'm waiting for my wife's best friend's husband is in a hospital in Texas, and he's not doing well. And I'm waiting for a message, and I'm waiting for that. Spy. Okay, let me give you these levels. Overnight, we bottomed out at about 8 o'clock in the morning, and we've been going sideways since then. So let's see if we can get some movement here. Yep, there they go again. Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Uh, okay. Definitely not a random market overnight. Just want to post this for you guys. Spy levels. Okay. Yes, yes, it's affecting me, Diamond Gen. The Cloudflare outage is affecting me. Yes. Okay. Cool. Pro trader. Good. 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 Any options on going lawsuit? Would you rather send me an email, Rebecca, please? Yeah. If I don't pay attention to your question here or whatnot, I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm just probably not seeing it. So just send me an email, or I'm too busy. Just send me an email. Okay, that's good. All right. I am not in the mood for this harmony today. So let's keep everything nice and easy and peaceful and okay, that's good. QQQ levels. Okay, good. I got the update I was looking for. Um, Not affected in France. Thanks, Omar. Yeah, Cloudflare affecting. Yeah. Mags. Oops, sorry. I delete that. Okay, let me give you mag levels. Mags were pretty choppy overnight, by the way. Not easy to work with them at night. That's telling me that there's a lot of random movement in the market right now. Yeah, good luck with these today. Okay, that's good. All right. Mags levels. Okay, let's do SMH. SMH. Ooh, nasty, nasty, nasty. At least they got nice clean lines. Look at that. Those are really good levels for SMH. I can tell you that right now. Those are really good levels for SMH. All right. Oh, you're welcome, Hefe. My pleasure. Anything I can do to help you, I'm willing to bend over. I'm willing to bend over backwards and jump over my head to help you guys. SMH levels. Okay. And now let's do Russell 2000 levels. Okay. Okay, those are good levels. I feel comfortable. It's hard to do them when markets are random overnight. It's really difficult, but when they're not random, it's easy. Yesterday, mags were really easy. Today, SMH was really easy. Like the levels for SMH today are really good. Let's do bonds now, and let's see what bonds were doing overnight too. Oh, look at that. Bonds are actually moving up overnight. This is bullish for the market. This is good. This is really good right here. This is really good. Okay, we got that. We got that. Got that. Got that. That. Okay. Remember, we haven't done large caps or small caps yet. Folks, if you're benefiting from this, give us a thumbs up while I'm doing this. Uh, TLT bond levels. Okay. All right. I think we're done with our levels. Now let's talk about small cap rippers. Okay, let's see what we can find. Let's see what kind of danger we can get ourselves into here. No. Uh, I'll bite. CANF above 74 cents. And again, sometimes there's a lot, sometimes there's very little. It just depends. Um, ONFO above 140. Too expensive. Mm, RYET 110. No. Okay. That's it. So let me give them to you. Not a lot today. Olma? Let me look at Olma. Yeah, it's too expensive. Yeah, I saw this one. Just too expensive. Too expensive. It's not really a penny stock, you know? Okay, let me write these for you. CANF greater than 74. You got ONFO. Remember, we can only do what we can only work with whatever we have. We can't create situations. And then RYET over 110. Okay, that's what we got today. Now let me give you large cap stocks and let me give you my closing commentary for today. Short side, Nike, Mosaic, LYB, ICE. I would wait for a little bit more on this one, but I think it can make another it's a beginning of another level down, another like just like this. I think this is coming down. So I wouldn't be in a rush. I would give this a little more time, but definitely keep this Omar, keep this on your radar today, okay? If it has a parabolic move down, it can be a nice beginning of a down. You can negate this stock pretty quickly if it starts moving up. Is what we're trying to say. Should continue moving down here. Ace. CCL. Be careful here. We're right at the year to date VWAP. We want this VWAP to fail. Okay, so I like what I'm seeing here, but I want this to first fail. This is a very strong support level. Okay, folks. Um, Pins. Today, we may be on pins and needles as a result of the market. ANET. Oh, CELH. Cloudflare is something that makes internet faster in countries, in other countries, like an internet booster. It's huge and it's global, and a lot of big sites are connected to it. So it can make things very slow today. This is the same thing, CELH. See how we're at the year-to-date VWAP? That means that everybody who bought this year is losing money once we go below this level. This is the year-to-date VWAP, folks. That means it means if we trade right here, that means everybody who bought the entire year is about to start losing money. That's a pretty good bearish indicator right here. If we trade below this level, the 200 and this are very good support. Usually they're on top of each other, but I'm just letting you know if this breaks, we've got a nice little downside move here. Yeah, we have to wait for them. Exactly what Brian just said. We have to wait for them. They're up in. Okay, so let me tell you what Cloudflare is. Let's say I have a website I'm hosting in America, okay? And let's say somebody from China wants to access it, okay? Cloudflare makes it so that they're accessing it from China and not from US. They put these servers all over the world to boost your website speed when it's too slow from a server far away, and it's the whole world relies on it basically. So it's going to slow down a lot of sites. Okay, what Brian just said, we're going to have to wait for it to slow down. Anyway, let's continue. Bank Boeing. It does this every time. Sorry, wrong ticker symbol. It does this every single time. See how it's below that level? How it broke? Well, that's good. I mean, not good for the company, but good for short. See how it broke? That means everybody who bought the entire year is between January 1st and yesterday is now in the red. Okay, very important tool. Upstart. This company I feel bad for because they're relating to a lot of employment, and they've been just going straight down. That's a nice downtrend. Very nice downtrend. Okay. Sorry, folks. I'm just. Can I explain VWAP, Chris? If you come to the noon session, here's the link. I will explain VWAP, but you got to come to the noon session. I have to get to work, and I have to be there before the market opens, Chris, and I don't want to be late. And it's about a 6 to 8 minute drive. So here's the link, and I'll be there at noon, and I will explain it to you. Just ask me, and I'll gladly explain it to you. And here's the link for customer service live. I'm only halfway done with my stocks, folks. Let me finish my stocks here. That's customer service live. So if there's any confusion, they can help you. I would keep the stock Upstart on your short sell list. Okay, let's go longs now. Google. Roger, you got some balls buying Google at levels like this. Yeah, Google looks fantastic. Look at that. That's fantastic look. And the stock is up over $4 this morning. AEP, we put some credit spreads and weekly cash flow yesterday. I got a couple of emails. How dare you buy Google at a time like this? That's a nice looking utility stocks. Utility stocks typically rally when markets are in the crapper. A lot of healthcare stocks are moving higher. A lot of healthcare stocks are looking higher. It doesn't look bad. Micron, let me look at Micron. I wanted to buy it yesterday. Let's see. As long as Micron doesn't go below the 15-day and pull one of these or just bounces off that, it's lovely. This is still very good. It's kind of pulling one of these. This is actually a perfect time to buy, assuming that it trades above the 8-day today. I may actually buy some for myself. Let me make a little note here. Okay. Amgen, again, a lot of healthcare and healthcare related biotech, healthcare. Amgen still looking good. IBB. This is folks. This is the biotech index. This is an ETF. Biotechs don't have correlation to the market. Going to say this again. Biotechs do not have correlation to the market. Yeah, this is the ticker symbol for Cloudflare, by the way. That's the ticker symbol for Cloudflare. Okay. Um, BBIO. That's a nice looking stock. Again, biotech, nice looking stock. CYTK. Nice looking trend. INSM. Remember, only one to a customer. Nice looking stock. There is some nice looking stocks out there. Okay. CJ, notice that a lot of thank you for posting that. Notice that a lot of those stocks like Nike, ICE, consumer related stocks, consumer stocks are not doing well right now for obvious reasons. Yeah. Cloudflare. And you know what? Let's add NET to our short list. Cloudflare. Okay. Here, let me add this to the short list. Let's add. Okay. You want me to look at Irene? I remember that was one of our favorite stocks a while back. Let's take a look. Irene is below the 50. This is actually a short right now, up to here, unless it pulls up. But that would be a short. The only saving grace you have here is that's a swing high. That's a higher high than this. So this pullback is good, but we're already below the 50 days. So I would have to wait for it to come up here, or I would be shorting it till here. All right, folks. Wow, I'm going to get out of here at a normal time. Very, very big day for the VIP room today. Very important day for the VIP room today. Okay, I will be explaining to you what the pit is, why I created the pit, the type of trades we do in the pit, performance of the pit, questions about the pit, directional or non-directional trading, day trading, swing trading. I'm going to look for possible pit trades and my live pit watch list. I promise you, it'll be a show, and I'll tell you what a VWAP is. So come in today, and I will at noon Eastern time, and we'll hang out together. And I promise you, I'll make it worth your while. Now, my dogs are going crazy again. I'm headed to work. I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic day. And please, please, please email me with any questions that are not customer service related. Here's my email address, folks. Have a great day. I gave the levels for the ES already, and I posted them, Catalina. As far as the broad market today, here's what I would be looking for. My parting shot. So here's my parting shot. Oh, they are going crazy right now. I want to see if this really breaks this area or if we start going up towards it, okay? And I want to see that over the first hour of the day. I also want to see the put to call ratio, and I want to see the number of stocks that are making 20-day breakdowns. I want to see this decreasing as the day progresses. I also want to see VIX start moving lower. So I want to see VIX moving lower. Okay. I want to see the number of stocks breaking down, declining. And I want to see the stock market coming back up here, wicking out here and coming back here. And we want to see RSP, the same thing. We don't want this to break the low. We don't want any of the indexes to break the overnight low. Bye, guys. I'll see you later and have a great, great day. Have a great day. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Sandra. I'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Be careful, but don't panic. Don't panic. Usually people start panicking when it's too late. We're already on the first floor. We're not that far away from the bottom. Any way you cut it and dice it and slice it, unless we go into panic